The Ethics of Mysticism, a Rosicrucian Insight. All of our teachings are intended to help men and women make their minds stronger in their ability to hold fast to convictions and conclusions, and to educate them so that they will be able to judge properly, reason, decide, and come to fair and honest findings. If occult or mystical training and development would give one person the power to override the decisions and will of another, or to inhibit the reason and faculties of another person, it would be the most unfair, unjust, and ungodly principle to be found in the whole universe. Fortunately, and praise be to all the divine laws, it is not so. Man's mind is just as safe in its sovereign domain against the domination of other minds, as is God in his domain against the dominations of evil. I've said that it is not possible for one mind to arbitrarily control another against its will, and therefore it is useless for the student of mysticism to think of trying it. I must say, however, that from the Rosicrucian point of view, it is also a serious matter to try to do so. It is a violation of the ethics of Rosicrucian mysticism for any Rosicrucian to attempt to force his mind upon another, or to attempt to refute the honest decision that another mind has reached by any occult process. Who established such ethical laws? The cosmic. Perhaps you have never realized that there are ethical laws in the mystical world, and that it is more dangerous to attempt to violate those laws than it is to attempt to violate any of the man-made laws of this earth. The cosmic laws say that a man's personal, private affairs are to remain private and personal so long as he chooses to have them so. Any attempt on the part of another person to use mystical or occult methods to pry into those affairs is a violation of the ethics of mysticism. The cosmic laws also say that whatever a group or body of men or women have agreed upon as sacred, private, and limited to certain times and conditions shall remain so, and any attempt on the part of one or more persons to use occult or mystical laws to thwart that decision is also a violation of the ethical laws of mysticism. The cosmic laws also say that a man's ability and divine gift to reason, analyze, conclude, and decide for himself shall remain his privilege and prerogative, and he shall also have the right and willpower to carry out his decisions, whether wrong or right, without any occult means being used to inhibit that power. Any attempt to interfere with that power by occult or mystical means is a violation of the ethical laws. All violations of ethical laws are punished automatically by the laws of karma or compensation, as are all other violations of natural or divine laws. I have just said that each person is guaranteed by the cosmic the power to reach his own decisions when in sane and sound mind and body, and to carry out such decisions, whether right or wrong. God has given man a mind that can reason, and his memory was given to him so that he could remember and bring to his aid all the experiences and lessons he has learned, so that he may be able to make proper and logical decisions. Man is most certainly free to choose and is a free agent in all his acts, but he must compensate if he makes a wrong decision and acts just as he receives a reward for deciding correctly and acting correctly. God might have arranged the scheme of things so that man had the mind of God and the love of God in his heart and being, and could do no wrong or even think no wrong. In that case, man would not have been a free agent, and he would not need a mind that can reason, a consciousness that could choose, or a will that could determine what to do. But as it is, man never could discern between the urge to do evil and the urge to do good. He has always had the mind to analyze, reason, and reach an independent decision of his own, with the still greater power and ability to carry out his decision. God does not attempt to stop man when he reaches a wrong decision and is about to yield and carry out an error. Instead, man is permitted to work out his decision, discover his error, suffer the consequences, and learn a lesson that will enable him to make a better decision the next time he is confronted with the same problem. And if God does not attempt to use his omnipotent powers to stay a man in his decisions or checkmate him in his determination to commit an error, it is most certainly not within the power of another earthly mortal to do it, even in the name of mysticism. And any attempt on the part of man to do it is an attempt to use a power not even assumed by God. Therein lies the ethical violation. It is an attempt on the part of man to assume that he is greater than God or more privileged than the Father of all. Dr. H. Spencer Lewis, The Mystic Triangle, March 1928.